earthlings. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening for wherever you are. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining me today. I thought that I would do today a little earring tour because I'm a big fan of a fun earring, and I am quickly outgrowing the space that I have. I want to try and declutter this winter season, so I thought that going through all of them might be a nice way to sort of remember them and see what I really like and what I maybe don't like so much. So I have this large rack. Of earrings, and those are more my mainly worn ones. That's the idea anyway. And then I have this little bin, sort of a drawer that has more earrings in it. And this does have a lot of larger dangly ones, as well as the few like stud earrings that I have. So I figure there might be some good sounds there. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, I'm gonna try to use this jewelry box to show them all to you. Just because it's a nice background you can see against. I don't know if they'll all fit. Some of them are pretty large, but I think most of them will fit in here. First up are these, and these are actually the earrings that I got in this box. My boyfriend got these for me, and they're pure silver with this sort of bird design on them. They make a really nice noise when they sort of rattle together. I usually have some other earrings dangling, some just small ones that I wear all the time. And when I wear these, they clink against there a lot, and it sounds like a little bell. So I have to take that one out, or it'll kind of bother me. I don't wear these very often. I sort of save them for a fancier outfit or a more special occasion, just because they do have that extra meaning to me. And I've been meaning to polish them and sort of just make the silver look a little brighter, but I've been putting that off. This is the next pair. They're this lovely tree of life design. I got them from an arboretum that's near me. And actually when I got these, it was just this tree, and they didn't have the clear bead on them. But this one you can kind of see it's a little different. The loop that's right there had broken, and I put just some cheap wire that I looped around it, and I decided to add the bead just to make them a little bit more dangly, because I kind of prefer a slightly longer earring. I think it looks just a little bit nicer on me, and that gave them just that extra jiggle that I was looking for. So, yeah, that's those ones. Okay, I decided to turn on this light that's on the camera so that you'll be able to see the earrings a little better, but it was making a rather distracting reflection in my glasses, so I had to go put some contacts in. I'm going to show you the next pair is these nice wooden ones. This might have more interesting on that side. Just natural wood with some streaks. There it is. And these were a gift to me probably 3 or 4 years ago now. And they were a favorite of mine for a while because I'm really a fan of natural materials. And I love trees and wood and all things made from them. I don't know if you'll be able to hear that. But they're cute. They're a little more subtle. I'll wear them with like a brown outfit usually. Yeah. That's those ones. What should I do next? Next I'll show you these. These are also made of a type of wood or reed, I believe. They're like these almost feather looking red and tan. And they have little sparkles along some of the red parts. I've actually had these since I was rather young. There's a funny story behind these. My dad's girlfriend's nephew, I believe, or cousin, or some kind of younger family member. He was probably in his teens when I was, 7 or 8. And I thought he was so cool. And I thought he was so cute. And I wanted him to like me. And he got me these one year for my birthday. And I was super excited. And I didn't really like jewelry or earrings at that point. I was pretty strict tomboy when I was younger. But I would wear these every single time he came around in hopes that he would remember that they were the ones that he had gotten for me. And I don't think he ever did. He never commented on them. And yeah, I didn't see them for probably 5 or 10 years and found them one day. I was at my dad's house. And they've made a reappearance. I do think they're quite pretty, so I still wear them sometimes. But I haven't seen that kid in who knows how long. I don't even remember his name. But it's harder to forget the awkward, embarrassed feelings sometimes. Anyway, this next pair, they're not super large or super dangly. I wonder if it'll focus. But I'm a big fan of these. And these were also a gift, actually. I've got a lot of gifted ones on these top few rows. These were my mom's. She doesn't wear jewelry much, but I do, so I think she thought that I would like them and gave them to me. And I do like them quite a bit. They're mostly gold with some green accents and the little silver. I think it's a plastic like spear. And if you'll notice, this one is longer than this one. That is because one night, sort of late in the evening, I went swimming and I took the earrings off and I put them on a table at the pool because I didn't want them to get lost. and all of our clothes and stuff were there too, and somehow these got knocked on the ground, and I spent 10 minutes looking for them, maybe making the others look for them, and when I found them, this one was a little bit shorter. The plastic clear spear had broken. But I just think it adds some personality to them. If I ever find a little, or make a little piece of epoxy small enough to be able to fit in there, perhaps I'll glue it back on. But for right now, I don't think anyone would notice when I'm wearing them. Okay. Let's see. Next, I'm gonna go for a pair that really has no story. I don't remember where I got these. I've had them for quite some time now. I think probably since I was in high school, which is sort of when I was getting into wearing jewelry again. But they are quite pretty. They're like mosaic almost. Different colors. And they're that sort of long, dangly style that I like. Though sometimes, oops, I keep doing that. Sometimes I feel these ones are a bit too heavy, or I don't know what exactly. I don't wear them that often, despite having had them for so long, but I'm rather nostalgic. It's hard for me to get rid of things, so back to their spot they go. Okay, this pair. Actually, I almost think that it focused better doing that. I don't know. What do you think? I feel like that, or against the black of this? Well, see, now I think that that looks better. If I could tilt it in the right direction. I don't know. But this pair I got in Utah, I think. When I was on a trip out there. They are, I don't believe they're native made, but they're definitely inspired. Actually, I might have gotten them at the Four Corners Monument. But they're nice. They're a nice, like, kind of alternative to a classic hoop. Just a little bit of extra detailing on there. Let's see how they sound when you tap them together. A little bit rough. I wonder if you can hear the clinking of me putting them back into their case. When I was moving this all around earlier, it sounded kind of nice. Let's see. This pair is just like some shells. I think I'm gonna try and do one each way. It seems to just change based on the pair. They're kind of iridescent. They feel like they might be made out of a natural material, but I'm really not sure. I got these in the Virgin Islands, St. Thomas when I was going to the beach a lot. And they're just a perfect little summer beachy accessory that sort of, just elevate the look a little bit. The look a little bit. And I have worn them in the ocean a few times and they haven't tarnished or anything, so that's always nice for a beach earring. Okay, this next pair, these are a little bit of a hassle to get on and off the display case. You can see they're sort of a simple hoop with this sun design and a few little chips of a blue stone. I like these quite a bit. I definitely went through a hoop phase. Hoop. Went through a hoop phase, and I like how these are just not quite the average. They've got a little something special to them. I love when things have a sun or a moon on them, and a little bit of blue surprisingly pops quite a bit, I think, against my dark hair. So these have been worn quite a lot by me, but some of you might recognize them because they're from Shein. So, yeah, nothing really to be proud of, but we've all done it. Yeah, they might still be on there. Maybe you can find those ones. Let's see the next pair. Were also gifted to me about 3 or 4 years ago. And they're 2 turquoise stones and this red thinner stone on the bottom. I'm not sure what the red stone is, but I like these quite a lot. These are probably one of my most worn earrings. I work at a ranch where we sell a lot of turquoise, and these just tend to go with a lot of my outfits and with the whole sort of vibe there, so I do wear these ones pretty often. I should figure out what this red stone is, because it's very popularly paired with turquoise. Red and blue are, these shades of red and blue are sort of the iconic combination of the Southwest. They do go great together, so I should really figure out what that is. Okay, this next pair is also quite Southwestern, I would say. These ones are great. They make this nice, like, sort of wind chime jangle, which can sometimes be overwhelming when they're right next to your ears for an extended period of time, but I think it's going into the wrong earring hole. What's happening? There we go. These ones are quite long, and they do sometimes tend to sit a little bit at an angle, but they are quite pretty. Quite pretty. I haven't even shown them to you yet. They're this sort of yellow and gold and green. And they catch the light very well. But they do have some silver beading on the bottom. These are sort of simple, a little bit shorter than the ones I usually wear, but I do like the shape of them and the way that they sit. I like the colors quite a bit. Reminds me of flower petals or tree, or butterfly's wings perhaps. And these ones came from a very artsy, sort of hippie tourist city that's not too far away from me. My boyfriend's parents actually got me these for my birthday this year. I think they were made by a local artist up there. And they appear to be, real flower petals and materials sort of put into an epoxy type of resin. They're quite pretty. Okay. Next, this is sort of getting us into the larger earrings. I have these quite heavy, dangly, green and sort of rusted bronze earrings. And I got these at a swap meet near me. Swap meet. And I got them for a costume at the Renaissance Festival. My costume was sort of, you could call it a costume. It was sort of green and brown. And I wanted some big, hefty earrings to go with them. And these really just, they fit the bill. And I don't wear these often day to day because they are just so much, almost. But when the outfit calls for it, I absolutely will get them out. Because they're really something. Okay. Let's see. This next pair I think is pretty similar to a pair that I've already shown you, the sort of tree of life ones, just in the shape of them. It's the bead and the round silver design underneath, but this one has that hint of brown. I think brown might be one of my favorite colors. A fan of sort of neutral earth tones, and I love silver jewelry in particular. So these are just sort of a good classic earring for me that can go with just about anything. And then they have that length that I like, that dangle. They got that shake to them. This next pair is definitely not a commonly worn pair for me. They're sort of iridescent, as you can see. They primarily look pink, and they're quite heavy and a little more, girly than stuff I usually wear, but I can't get rid of them because of the nostalgia factor. I got these when I was in high school. I think they just came from Walmart, but I had a matching pair with my best friend at the time. Not much sound to be had there. a matching pair with my best friend at the time. And we would often wear them together or sort of coordinate some of our outfits. I think I went through a more girly phase of wearing like pinks and whites and just that kind of thing. So I don't want to get rid of them, but maybe it's time that they were not on the main rack anymore. Let's see. Okay, this next pair is another rather simple pair of earrings. These ones definitely came from Utah. I remember getting them at, I think, the Mokwai Caves. Mokwai. Might be saying that wrong, but at the gift shop there. And they're just a nice, I don't know, sort of interesting shape. Silver with that bit of blue. I don't think it's real turquoise in there. Actually, I'm sure that it's not, but they're quite pretty anyway. And they've got just enough of an interesting design that, I like them. So I'll often wear these when I'm not really feeling a larger earring. Or maybe if my outfit is a little more out there and I want to tone it back with the jewelry, those are a good option. Okay, this next pair is definitely not a toned back earring. These are more the center stage when I do wear them. And I just got these quite recently. These wooden circles, wooden rounds. It's just sort of a pale, unfinished wood, but I like them quite a bit because each one moves independently. So they'll start to spin while they're on my ears and sometimes look kind of like a galaxy, or my coworker said that they remind her of one of those wind spinners. And I think those are quite fun, so it's almost like around my eye. But yeah, again, I love the sounds that wood makes. Could listen to that forever. But we must move on. Let's see if I can get these out without too much of a ruckus. Ruckus. Okay. This pair are rather simple. Just amethyst chips. Wow, that one looks huge. Kind of hard to see, but I think I got a bunch of amethyst little chips from somewhere, and I didn't know what to do with all of them, so I used some of them to make some earrings. I do quite like the color purple. I think there's some purple in my hair right now. So I don't have a lot of purple earrings, so these fit the bill when I'm sort of feeling that itch. And if I need some extra calmness in a day or some clarity, throw the amethyst on. It'll help to get the job done. I actually haven't worn those in quite a while. Quite a while. They were sort of sitting underneath another pair where I couldn't quite see them very well, so I moved them to a different spot. And now they'll have a little more place to shine. Perhaps I'll try to wear them tomorrow. Hopefully that's not too loud. I cut that out. This next pair, they're quite long. It's another sort of take on a hoop earring. They're with these movable beads and a dangly purple gemstone at the bottom. I don't wear these ones too often either, because sometimes when I'm moving, they'll kind of bang against my shoulders or against like the phone at work. And it can bother me a little bit. Put that one down. But they're quite pretty. I think these are just ones that I've had for so long that I don't remember where they came from, and sort of almost forgotten about them a little bit. Okay, this next pair have been a favorite of mine recently. I didn't get them too long ago. I got them from the gift shop at my work. They're just these dangly silver and copper. Been into more of mixed metals recently. Mixed metals. And, I quite like the shape of them, and I like how they move within each other. Each piece is independent, and they'll spin around, and they can sometimes sound quite nice when they're in my ears. Reminds me of a wind chime. So when you get both of them together, so I have been liking those quite a bit, and they can just add some sparkle to an outfit if the one that I'm wearing is a little bit more toned down, and they've got that ranch appropriateness still. This next pair has also been one of my favorites recently. It's another wooden pair. It's just a sort of oblong teardrop shaped piece of wood that's been carved and stained to be quite a dark color. And I like the sort of, simple detail on this one. That it's not too much, but it's quite pretty and kind of just makes you take a second look. No, they can definitely blend in to my hair, but I like the length and the shape of those quite a bit. Let's see. This next pair is gonna maybe be loud when I take it off of here. And that's because detailed hoop. It has a latch design that just pops in and out. So when I take it off the rack, I sort of just yank it off and it comes out. But I quite like these ones. I've had these for a while. Probably must be 8 or 9 years. And I used to be a little bit more, I guess you could say, alternative. I don't want to co-opt that, but I used to wear a lot more dark makeup and black, and these are sort of holdover from that era that I have continually liked. And yeah, they look quite nice with the hair pulled back, because you can see them against my skin. This next pair is more alluding to my style now, I think. I wear a lot more bright colors, but I do like solid colors, and again, sort of earth tones. I don't often wear crazy patterns, but these are some sort of crazy earrings that can spice up an outfit a little bit. These have kind of an interesting story too. There was a family staying at my work who had sort of the matriarch of the family had passed away not too long before their stay, and they were going through some of her stuff and divvying it out and deciding who was going to keep what. And at the end, they left a box of her, a hat box full of her jewelry that none of them had wanted. And it was, for staff members or our family or friends to take. And I took these earrings and a brooch, like a gold brooch that has a moon on it. And I found that to be quite special. And when I wear them, I try to, embody a good person. Obviously, I never met her, and I don't know what she was like, but her family obviously cared quite a bit about her and really wanted to honor her memory, and that just gives me a little boost of, emotional feelings, wondering what I'll be remembered for and trying to be a good person, which it's a lot to ask of a pair of earrings, but I digress. Okay, that is everything on this rack. Oh, actually, it's not. There's one more pair. That I unintentionally left until last because these kind of are just fun for me. They don't really have a super deep meaning, but I did make them, so I don't know, that's fun. And they're definitely not the best quality. I mean, the quality is nice, the silver is good, but my craftsmanship could use some work. But basically, they just slide through and they hang like that with this little bead at the bottom. They're nice, I think. Sort of simple, kind of elegant earring that I'll wear with like a dress or, I don't know, a darker, more like black or navy blue outfit usually. And I like the way that they slide in. And they were a lot of fun to make. I took a metalsmithing class and I really, really enjoyed it. So I like having a memory of that I can wear with me. Okay, well that officially now is everything on this main rack. There are a good few of them that I did not put back. They're just sitting on the desk next to me. I will say it feels a little bit less overwhelming looking at them here now, after going through each one. Feels like, and this is how I end up with so many things, is I justify it but I remember the story and I know where I got it and it has a special meaning, so I have to keep them, right? Move on to the drawer now. I think some of the ones in here might surprise me a little bit because I just don't look at these as often. I don't really want to usually get into here when I'm trying to get ready. But let's see what we have. This first pair. I wore these a lot, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and I really haven't worn them since. They're this large sort of candy looking hoop with just a bunch of like woven colorful beads on them. They sort of remind me of like Katy Perry for some reason. And I mean with this sweatshirt they're definitely doing something, but day to day it's just not something that I reach for. But perhaps I should try. I should try to use them, or perhaps get rid of them because they don't have any sort of special meaning to me, except that I wore them a lot when I lived in a different state. But that's not really enough. This next pair, these are ones that I made, if you could say that. I got these little tufties from Hobby Lobby and I just put them on an earring. And they're just a simple, small, little tuft. Kind of just to have an earring on. I don't know if you can tell, they're like a dark emerald green. I wonder if this one's that nice. And these ones I really don't wear often either, but they're small enough that I don't feel bad keeping them around. They don't take up a whole lot of space, so I sort of just leave them to do their thing. Okay, I'm having a hard time getting things out of here without causing more of a ruckus. Okay, I'll do this pair next. These are some simple black stars. And I like these quite a bit for a certain type of outfit. Again, if I have my hair back, if I'm going to like a nightclub or a rave or something, usually I'll tie my hair up and I'll wear like mostly all black. So these are a great option for that. And then occasionally I'll wear them in day-to-day life as well. But they're not usually what I reach for. Let's see. them is just these large hoops, kind of shaped like butterflies and hearts that just grab onto everything. Okay, I might have to pause and untangle that in a minute. Right now I'll just show you these. These are green. I wish it would focus. They're green, just sort of carved metal, shaped metal, just like a little flower and reed detail. And you'll notice they don't have an earring on them or something to put them through my ears, and that's because I use these a lot. These are just little ring hoops that actually match the other two that I have in. And I'll take a lot of just little things and just loop it on, and voila, you have a functioning earring. And it kind of matches. And I find that a lot easier than putting an actual like earring back, one of these onto every single thing that I own. Yeah, I can kind of just mix and match, which is nice. Another pair that I do that with, and these ones I do wear a little more often, are just these brown stones that have a sort of detailed little holder on them. There's two. This one's a lighter brown, and this one is a bit darker. So they're kind of a mismatch, but I like to wear them together. And they're quite heavy, so I like the way that they swing around, and I like the feeling of it kind of pulling on my ears. Let's see. Next. Okay, the other one of these doesn't want to come untangled from the earring monster, so I'm just going to show you this one. It's a little bit uncentered, but it's just this silver and black, sort of stark, rectangular. It makes me think of like mid-century modern, I suppose, for some reason. It's like giving classy art. And I like the silver. I like that they're a little bit different. Yeah. I think these I got from Hobby Lobby as well. And these ones I did put an earring back on, because I think they weren't sitting very nicely with the little hoop. So I just put an earring back on them. Okay. This is the other one that's sort of really tangled up in the earring monster. Is this white flower. And this one also gives me like vintage vibes. Vintage vibes, wow. It's this hard plastic. And I'll usually wear this if I'm wearing a scarf to like put my hair up, to sort of match the, I guess, would it be 50s? The sort of 50s look that these have. And yeah, I'll just make it a whole thing of it. Usually when I wear those, I don't wear those ones very casually. It's always if I'm doing a whole look. Let's see. I think the rest of the earring monster I'm not going to bother to untangle. I'm just going to show you this one that sort of came loose. You can see it's a pink wire. It's a pink wire that is formed into the shape of a butterfly. And you sort of just wear it like as a hoop. And yeah, it sits a little bit awkwardly, but what else do you expect from a large pink butterfly in your ear? And the other ones are a purple, sort of bubbly flower and an orange heart that are all about the same size. And I don't wear these ones very often because they get tangled in my hair. They get tangled. And they're quite large, and usually no one can really tell what they are either. So I don't wear those ones much, and they do take up quite a bit of space in this bin, in this little drawer. So those ones might not be with me for very long. Let's see. Next are another Hobby Lobby pair that I have on another one of those hoops. These ones I like quite a bit. I like these quite a bit. They're very stark silver and turquoise, almost like a squash blossom design. I'm gonna try and use this jewelry case again. I haven't been showing you much on that, but it'd be good for this one to lay flat so that you can really see it. And these sort of remind me of a bug. Yes, they make me think of a caterpillar or a centipede, perhaps. A silver centipede. But I like these quite a bit. As I said, quite a lot. And I just love the color. I love the silver. I like the way they hang and the interest to them. And I like the way they sound as I move my head around and they dangle. They make that nice chiming bell sound. These ones I like. And I wish I could put them out on the rack, but with these hoops it just wouldn't make sense. I might put them on an earring back, but the thickness of the hoop I think complements the thickness of the metal quite well. So they will stay in the drawer. Next are sort of another bug theme, but more intentional this time. These are these butterfly earrings. And they're quite iridescent and shimmery. Iridescent. And they catch the light quite well. These are definitely a summer earring to me. I wear these a lot when I go to the lake or to the river. I have a butterfly swimsuit that is the same colors, so I wear those a lot together. And they're just fun and summery, and they're this nice thick plastic, so I don't worry about them in the water. See, next. These are some that I did make a few years ago now. They're very rudimentary. Actually, but they're, you know what, I'm gonna give myself some credit. They're a little bit involved. This is the more detailed one. They're little mushrooms. When I was going through sort of a mushroom phase, I made the mushrooms out of an air dry clay, and then just added them into this wire. And this one I put some beads on. I was very into uneven earrings, and one being longer than the other, and I would wear like a different stone or a different length on each ear. And so that was sort of the intention behind these. The intention. But now I don't wear them much. They just sit in their drawer. They sit in their drawer. But looking at them now, I'm proud of them, and I think I'll bring them out to play again soon. So I'm gonna put these up here so that I remember them. Okay. We're getting close to the end. This next one is quite fun. There are also some random things and bits of plastic in here that you might be hearing that are not actually more earrings. This is another Hobby Lobby find that I'll put on those hoops. And I think it's supposed to be like a paint palette and different paint colors. That would be my guess. But they're quite pretty. They're quite fun. These are often like a springtime wear for me, or winter as well. I'll probably start wearing these more just to add some color to the winter. I quite like them. Yeah, these ones get a lot of comments when I wear them. A lot of compliments. Next, I think I'm only gonna do 2 more. These next ones are not as dangly as any of the others that I've shown, but they're a little bit bigger, so I'll still show them. There's these sort of green, chunky, like half hoops. Sort of sit like that. And usually if I'm gonna wear these, I'll take these other earrings out, these silver ones, and put in some studs, because I don't think that they complement each other well. Since that is kind of a lot of work to wear a pair of earrings, I don't wear these very often. And again, I like the longer, more dangly style. I think it suits my face nicely. So I don't wear these very often, but I love this color. It's one of my favorite colors. Okay. I have a few sort of simple silver hoops. These ones are a little bit thicker and not like a classic hoop shape. But if I just want something like simplistic, this is a good go-to. They're not too large or too obnoxious. They kind of just sit well within my hair. So I like these as a little bit of a more simple option. Okay, and the last pair I'm going to show you. These ones are a bit more fun. They're dragon wings or bat wings. I'm not sure which one. But these are a good like October Halloween earring that I'll wear quite a bit. And I like the color of them a lot. And it's another one that I'll put on those hoops. Even though the color clashes a little bit. But these are fun. They get a lot of compliments. And I'll wear them this way, or I'll wear them this way, where the wing stands out a bit more. I don't think they're necessarily supposed to be worn one way or the other, so I'll change it up. there's one more pair. I've got a kind of a table full of earrings here now, and I totally overlooked them. These ones are pretty new to me. They're another wooden pair. And they're quite large and long, and they're a gorgeous sort of rusty red color, which I really like. And they give me a bit of maybe 70s. So now that it's fall, winter, I'll wear them with like a turtleneck or something with bell sleeves, just to sort of complete the energy. And like with all of my wooden earrings, I really love the sounds that they make. Okay, this is officially the last pair. And I think the newest to me, so that's suiting. If you've made it this far, I am surprised and honored, and I really appreciate you being here, coming to share this time with me. And I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. Thank you.